Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Relyks, and today we will be going over an Advanced Wars match. This one is a Eagle mirror match, no less. Now, something to note is I don't really use Eagle all that much. Even in the handheld games, I never really chose Eagle as my first my first choice. And not to mention, I prefer not to do his missions in general. So I'm not an expert in Eagle, but I decided to play as Eagle because I figure, hey, this will probably be a decent match. I figure there's 2 airports as well on this map, so why not? So today my opponent was 199 Love. Okay, so admittedly, this guy's not exactly the best player. He's never played Global League, so there's nothing for me to base my encounter with him on. So I had to go off of whatever happens during the match. And honestly, he wasn't a bad player. As far as skill wise, not the best, but not bad. Not half bad at all. So yeah, let's just get it started. This map was I believe it was called Aria of Sorrow. Yes. So an interesting map. Again, headquarters are farther away from the bases, but that's okay because they're pretty close by. I usually don't like maps that the headquarters are too far in. If they were like right here, I wouldn't have played this map in general. But it's a 3-base map. As you can also see, I have a city over here. Yeah, so I guess starting infantry. I'm second player, of course. I'm also very Green Earth because why not? He chose Orange Star. I think the Orange Star is the basic starting country, so yeah. And then we got comm towers in the north and south on the little islands that we can get across through bridges. So we'll just start right away. Obviously, first player, he opens up with infantry. I start with my first captures. Alright, so first I go up here so I can get the capture chains going like this. I don't know if he does the same. He does. So he does do the same move as me. And he also goes after the city that I already own, because that's obviously the starting move. So again, just normal capture stuff, nothing big. But you can also notice there's some black boats that are on the map already. Those are pre-deployed. They're on planes, no less. They're there for us to capture the airports on the ocean side. So you'll soon see that we will utilize the black boats. So again, nothing super serious here, nothing going on, just capture game. So now you'll notice that we'll start to do different moves. Obviously you can see as second player I also have the airport getting captured first. So yeah, on his next turn he will start doing that as well. Which apparently he did not. So if I don't remember exactly 100% what happened, but as you guys can see in the bottom left, he did not go for his airport for some reason. Instead, he went for these 2 cities. That's a big mistake. As Eagle, we want to get our air units out as soon as possible. So, don't know what he was thinking there. But we'll continue our capture game. So he blows out the first tank in the top left. Not bad, not a big deal here, to be honest. Pretty big map. A lot of terrain here that stops vehicles from moving around. So it's an interesting move to be the first one to build a vehicle. So now I bring 2 infantry and I load it into my black boat. Now that all of my properties in my area are pretty much captured. So I send 2 infantry to the island so I can get both properties as soon as possible. I also move my other infantry out to, go capture more, and the comm tower. Just a quick note, because there's not much engagement going to be happening anytime soon, I'm pretty sure I forego the comm tower and I go after the city first. I'm pretty sure. But I also pull out my Neo tank. So I only pulled out the Neo tank because he has nothing here to stop me, considering he built the first tank. That's 7,000 that he already lost, and therefore his 20k on this turn is nowhere near enough to cancel out my Neo tank. And he doesn't have the comm tower yet, nor does he have an airport to get air units out. So that's why I built the Neo tank. So we move on, and he sends 2 infantry as well to the island for his airport. So same thing as me, but he built a medium tank right here in the middle. So the medium tank's great, but it's not going to defeat my Neo tank, and it has less movement. So my Neo tank should get the first strike on his mutant tank no matter what. If it doesn't, then that's when I'll be in trouble. So again, capture game goes. Like I said, I forego the comm tower because I don't need it right now. And I continue to capture cities because funds are most important. And I also pull out the first battlecopter of the game. Again, he doesn't have an airport yet, so don't know what's happening there. He should have had it by now, but he doesn't. So, and another important thing to, again, he ignores the airport. I don't know why. Don't know what that is. Another important note is this turn he will also do another mistake which he will never fix, and that is this guy. He just moved off this city and he's not capturing this port. And for some reason, throughout the entire match, he decides not to capture the port. I have no idea why. I don't know if he's just not seeing it or something. I'm not sure. Either way, he decides to never capture it. So this turn he builds an anti-air and a tank. So again, building smaller units, he moves his tank over here. So I have nothing over here to stop the tank, but my Neo tank can easily just go up. And I have a battlecopter coming as well. So Neo tank gets a free shot. As you can see, medium tank can't even reach me. So don't know why he's, what he's thinking. I'm going to get some free shots with my Neo tank no matter what, which is easy for me to win. Battlecopter moves up, nothing to attack it since the anti-air still just got built. My battlecopter can protect my tank, or protect my infantry against his tank. So again, I built another battlecopter because as Eagle, you want the areas to keep flowing. We have a, 25% or 15% extra attack and 10% extra defense day by day bonus. So might as well, right? Keep my battlecopters flowing. And I also built another tank. The tank is to take care of the anti-air if my Neo tank can't do it by itself. So we move on. Day 8 now. He's finally starting to capture his first airport in the bottom left. His other airport on the island has been captured, but again, that's whatever. His units just keep moving in. Takes a shot at my infantry. I'm surprised that actually worked. I just want to take a real quick look. Really? So he did 3 damage. Wow, I didn't even know. Wow, one comm tower does that? Interesting. I didn't think that was possible, but alright. It did that. So, lucky him. He hits me again twice. So, anti-air again to cancel out my battlecopters. Now, questionable why he built the anti-air here when the battlecopters are all in the north. So, he built his tank in the north as well. So, I think he should have switched the two, but that's just my opinion. So my Neo tank again moves down, destroys an infantry for free. As you can see, it's still, the Neo tank still can't attack me. It's like, this guy's letting me have free shots, free shots. And my infantry retreats, and I continue to kill another infantry. So I lost no infantry, and he's lost 2. And I finally start to capture my comm tower. Now that we are starting to take real big engagements. Obviously, not infantry aren't big, but they do matter now. Now that the capture game is finally over, we are going to be engaging in actual combat. So again, my battlecopters are moving around. As you can see, this anti-air is out of range of my battlecopter, so it can't stop me. And I also have a tank to reinforce. So the battlecopters take care of the tanks. The tank takes care of the anti-air. And again, this medium tank has to chase my Neo tank. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep killing all of his units in the south. So once again, I build 3 tanks to support all of my units now. So the tanks can not only take care of his tanks, but they also take care of the anti-airs. So now I'm in a perfect position to support all of my units. Nothing to harm me. He's going to start moving his back boat out. Finally gets his airport in the south. And yeah, he just pretty much moves around his infantry. Medium tank is here. I can't get it to it. That's okay. That's not my job. As you can also see on the bottom of the screen, we're even in property captures right now. Come my turn, I'm going to get both the city and the comm tower in the south. He's going to get the top one. so it would be even again on his next turn. But again, the only neutral property left is this one that the tank is on, which he stopped me by sitting on top of. But he also is missing the port, so once I get this city, he's going to be at a disadvantage the whole way. And for some reason, he doesn't even realize that. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or not, but it is what it is. So he builds a tank at the top, tank on the bottom, and artillery in the middle. Obviously, he wants the artillery to help his medium tank take down my neo tank. So again, his tank moves off the city, and he totally fully retreats. Don't know why he did that, because now I can start capturing the city myself, which I do. And I'm going to move up my units. Again, this anti-air is out of range of my battlecopters, so don't know what he was thinking. If he wants to attack my infantry with his tanks, I welcome him, because I'll get more free shots. Neo tank gets another kill in the south. Again, he's letting me just destroy his infantry. Which is why, in my opinion, you should never really build medium tanks unless you're like someone like Andy or someone who can repair units really well. Neo tanks are just a lot better. They have the extra movement. They can move around easier. Medium tanks, they just don't have that capability, and therefore I think it's a waste of time to build them. But that's my opinion. So again, this time I built 3 infantry and I built 2 battlecopters. So again, I'm Eagle. Got, my opponent's Eagle too, but he doesn't have a single air unit out right now. I now have 4 battlecopters. That's 4 Eagle battlecopters that are all on the field. That's really good. So medium tank is still chasing my neo tank. Artillery is in position to protect his infantry as well. And now he finally brings out his first battlecopter, as well as more anti-air. So again, my tank gets a free shot in the middle. His tank can hit me, but I will support it. And my battlecopters move in as well. I finally get the city, so now I have the capture lead, and I will have the capture lead for the rest of the game. So this turn I build 2 tanks and a battlecopter, mostly in the south side. I need to reinforce this side because I only have a neo tank really hanging around here. And most of his stronger units are kind of here and in the middle. Like I said, I supported my tank in the center, but let's see what he does. Infantries in the south are moving up. Again, with his artillery, he's not afraid to push. Not to mention, nothing here can one-shot these infantry, so I can't exactly get to any of his units to deal damage to that medium tank or the artillery. In which, if I use my neo tank to attack one or the other one will hit me. So I don't want that to happen. So he uses his anti-air in the center, destroys my infantry one-shot, and then uses his tank to attack. And I'm like, interesting. Alright, cool. I guess that's, that's whatever, to be honest. And he builds another battlecopter, tank, and infantry. So I'm like, okay, cool. Took first engagement on the tanks, that's fine. I'll just retreat it, no problem. My infantry will guard. Move my tanks up as well. So now he has a damaged tank in the middle of nowhere. My guys are all supporting each other there. So, not a big deal. So now I'm forming my wall again. Anti-airs are out of range. Battlecopter is out of range. Nothing to really harm me. My neo tank supports in the center as well, so he can't attack anywhere now. And my infantry wall in the south is strong. Getting my battlecopters in position to help attack these units as well. So this turn I build 2 anti-airs and a battlecopter because I need, now that he's getting air units out, I gotta make sure that I can take them out as well. Since battlecopter to battlecopter engagements, as we will see right here, you'll see if I attacked him, I don't know if that plays a part. So if we attacked each other, it's a 73 to 81% on a normal basis versus the defense, which will do around 14 to 24, depending on the damage taken. So battlecopters can't one-shot each other. That's why we need the anti-airs, and I think now is about time, since I don't have any at all, that I should do that. Especially since, the battlecopters will do a lot of damage, and they do play a big part since we're both Eagle. So again, turn 12, he's moving in, gets a little closer with his big infantry wall in the south. Not so much as big, as much as it's a big clump. And he also moves his vehicles up. Infantry takes the engagement again, and then moves his tanks back, moves his vehicles back, builds another artillery and another battlecopter in the north. So now he has got a pretty good army size on both fronts. Mine are just kind of stretched thinly through the entire map. So it's an interesting spot that I'm in now. So I left my battlecopter here and I took an attack. I was hoping to kill the guy in one shot, but it didn't work. So I moved my units around to support, keep the wall going, get a one shot on that infantry. It was an 8. My Neo tank finally moves in and gets the first hit on his medium tank. So real quick, I just want to show you the damage dealt, because this is going to be important. Damage dealt. Alright, so there's the battle calculator right here. I did 6 damage, so 66 to 69% damage on that medium tank. And by doing so, he did 17 to 21% in retaliation. So keep that in mind when as we go forward. I'll just leave that right there for now. So I move all my units around, get in position. I start taking some hits. Now that the medium tank is damaged, all my other guys are kind of in prime position to move in and do damage. So I keep my battlecopters in the back just in case for the anti-airs. I built 2 more battlecopters and a tank this turn to support even more. So now it's his turn. So again, pay attention to the damage dealt here versus my Neo tank, right? He only did 17 to 19% damage in retaliation. Alright, so right here, tank versus Neo tank. Alright, so 17 to 19% damage. So this tank has a 15 to 23% damage, right? So I was like, okay, well, that's weird. Attacks me, does 3 damage. And I'm like, what? How? So apparently, he had a 17 to 19% damage. It adds up, and he did highest rolls here. And I'm like, come on, really? So that's unfortunate. And so I took more damage than the calculator said I would by a long shot. And my retaliation was 5 damage, which is okay. But then another tank comes in. Now I'm a 6. This one, I retaliate, I still do 5 damage, and he did 1 damage. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that one worked in my favor. That's great. Move away. Tank attacks me. Does 2 more damage. I'm like, how did the tanks take my Neo tank down? So I was really confused about that. I just don't think it should have happened the way it did, because now my Neo tank is out of commission by tanks, especially this first one. I thought it did way too much damage. Again, damage percentage wise, that means he got high rolls on his attacks, which sucks, but you know, I gotta live with it. So now he's moving in, killing my guy, or hitting my guys, not necessarily killing though. Tank moves in, hits my tank. Battlecopter moves in, hits my battlecopter. Another one where, again, this one, the battlecopter in the top. Sorry. Let's go back real quick. Why is this working? Alright, so, as I pointed out earlier, right there. So as I pointed out earlier, battlecopters only do 73 to 81% damage to another battlecopter. And yes, I did attack an infantry the previous turn. However, he attacked me, and you're telling me he did 8 damage to me. So that means he had a really high roll on me again. And I'm like, come on. Many high rolls in the same turn? Ridiculous. So now he's not afraid to move in because my anti-airs aren't there yet. So he's going to attack me. He's already did damage to one of my battlecopters, and my other one can't reach his battlecopters. So I was like, wow, that's a struggle. 2 anti-airs, Battlecopter to cancel out my guys. So I'm like, okay. I'm looking at my co-power and I'm like, we're pretty close. He is 30,500 away from his. I am 29,500 away. So I have the advantage in that department as far as co-power. So I was thinking to myself this turn, I was like, can I get it? Can I get my power this turn? It's very iffy. And so looking at the map, I took my time and I move planned it. I move planned 3 times, 2 to 3 times, I believe. And I try to make sure my calculations were perfect. And as far as I remember, things should have went my way. Things should have went, I should have got my super. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. I try to do my move as identical to my planner as much as possible. So Battlecopter moves first, hits his Battlecopter. I didn't get the same damage that he did when he attacked me, so that sucks, but my infantry did kill it, even though it was a 2. And then my infantry move in, kill that guy. This is where things differed from my move planner that I didn't even realize happened. Battlecopter moves in, and if we show the damage calculator here, oops, my bad. Okay. Too high, too high. Alright, if we show the damage calculator on my Battlecopter versus his infantry on the road, 93... Why is it showing his Battlecopter? Anyways, 93 to 102%. And I think to myself, wait a minute, how's that a thing? Because I've played other matches against Eagle, and his Battlecopters always one-shotted my infantry. And so I'm like, how come mine can't? It's on a road too, with no defense. So I was confused. I was like, that's not cool. So that means every time in my other matches and Eagle attacked me, I died 100%. They always rolled high. I'm like, wow. I thought that was just supposed to be a thing, but no, it's not. It's a 9 to 10 damage, and they just always happen to get it. And so I was thinking to myself, I should be able to get it too, right? This is where the mistake happens. I didn't kill it. I rolled low, typically, and I didn't kill the infantry. One of my tanks was supposed to move in and attack the artillery. And so because of that, I lost out on funds. So I decided to keep going with my turn. I didn't even realize at the time that I was missing the artillery damage for my move planner. But I keep moving in. Units are destroying his. Tank moves out in south, attacks an anti-air. Battlecopter moves in, does 3 damage. I take 1. That's totally fine, because again, I'm trying to get my super this turn. Infantry goes in, kills another infantry. I suicide my guy, my 4 against the 9, because I need to weaken this guy and kill him one shot. So I die again. This guy comes in, 1 shots, perfect. This guy moves in, perfect. Battlecopter moves in, hits tank. Anti-air moves in, hits the artillery. So again, he got his super, and I'm very close. I am very close to mine. I am about 9k off. I'm about 9,000 funds off from getting it. And so I'm like, okay, cool, this is awesome. I should be able to get it. So I continue, boom, I kill the anti-air. Battlecopter in the north moves in. And I'm like, suicide. Alright, did damage. I should be able to kill him my next turn when I use my super. So this is, at this point, I'm like, wait a minute. These 2 units in the center, my Neo Tank and Tank, they won't do enough damage to give me my super. And I have nothing else to attack with. And I'm like wondering what went wrong. It's because the artillery didn't get hit. If I hit the artillery, first of all, this guy wouldn't be here. And then I would have been able to hit this guy. And I'm like, I'm short. I don't know what happened. I was so confused. And at this point, I was like, I'm not going to get my super. I'm going to lose. Because if he uses his super first, he's going to hit all of my Battlecopters this turn. This one's dead. This one's dead. This one's dead. And then he has an anti-air down here, right? So this one's dead. And uses super, that one's dead. I would have lost every single battlecopter this turn if I didn't get my super. And so this right here, this Neo tank, he's the reason why I won. Next turn, I attacked the 8 tank. I took 2 damage in retaliation. So we use the battle calculator again. I'm attacking into an 8 tank. I do 29 to 31%. He only, even if I do a 6 or a 5, you know, bring him down to a 6 or 5, he shouldn't do 2 damage. And yet, he did. So, that is very surprising. And I did the 3 damage to him as well. And so, these tanks that he used to destroy my Neo tank in the first place, they ended up being strong in retaliation as well. And that is the only reason I was able to get enough co-power down at the bottom to give me my super. So as you can see, I don't have it yet, but it's only literal what? 650. I need 650 more funds. And when you lose your units, you get the full value back. And so I just suicided infantry and I got my super. So I moved my final vehicles around and get them positioned to attack. Build some units. And then I go for my super. Boom. Eagle's Lightning Strike activates and I start to do my turn. So if you guys don't know, Eagle's super allows him to have an extra turn. His units, all of his vehicles, air units, sea units, everything, excluding infantry units, all get to move another turn. And so, as you can see, all my vehicles are able to move again, and that's all I need to secure the win. So Neo Tank moves back. It's done its job 1,000 times over. It did great. Tank moves in. Boom. Tank's destroyed. Battlecopter at the top moves in. I think I should have one-shot that, but I didn't. I'm not going to bother. Battlecopter moves in. Now I officially kill that one shot. Anti-air moves in. Kills his battlecopter. Infantry moves in. Boom. Hits the artillery. Awesome. Can't take out my tanks easily. Tank moves in. Even though I'm weaker. Boom. He has no defense, so it's perfect. My guys move up. Tank moves in. Hits anti-air. Battlecopter kills infantry. Tank moves in. Hits anti-air. Pretty much dead. Yeah, it does die. That was actually surprising. Battlecopter kills tank. Anti-air kills infantry. Battlecopter finishes off artillery. And I start capturing some properties. Final battlecopter. So I don't care if his anti-air kills my battlecopter. At this point, he doesn't have anything else to support his other units anyways. So at this point, the battle is won. I got my super first, and that's all that mattered. Moves this battlecopter. It's mine. Infantry. Medium tank. Tank. Artillery. Then he quits. So, as you can see, the stats were totally lopsided. I had the advantage the whole way. Again, he didn't capture the port. Medium tank can't do anything. He pretty much chased me the whole match, my Neo tank, and I got free shots the entire time. And again, he didn't build as many air units. As Eagle, you definitely want to build those battlecopters, and he didn't. So, in the end, you know, it was a fun match as far as what I was able to do. And this was one of those maps that I'm like, okay, well, the percentages for the damage calculator didn't go in my way, and then it went in my way for some reason in the end. Don't know how the things mixed up, but the percentages, they keep lying, and I'm like, that's not how I want to play the game. You know, I know percentages add up, and there's a lot of luck based in Advanced Wars, but it's just another match where I felt like technically I should have lost. I really should have lost there. Apparently I miscalculated my percentages, and I didn't kill that artillery at that one turn, and so I shouldn't have got my super, but I did. And so somehow the damage calculator lied, and my Neo tank received more damage, and I got my super. So, which leads me to say, this guy, I asked him to draw I was starting to draw a lot of my matches. I finished my Global League matches out, so I was done. There's a reason for that. And so, first of all, I got to 1,000. My official rating is 1,000. Yay! My record in Global League is 11, 3, and 1. 1 being the draw. So, I drew that just because I didn't want to play the map, and the guy agreed, so we drew. Otherwise, I've pretty much been a winner as far as Global League is concerned, but as you can see, it was at 15 total matches, and I played 317 in all. So, you know, it's not to say I'm complaining, and I do complain a lot, and you guys probably seen that in the other videos, but as you can see, if you're lucky, play me. I have horrible RNG. This match against the Eagle Mirror match, it just kind of confirmed my feelings for Advanced Wars by Web. And then same thing if we go down to oh, the match is actually gone, right? Yeah, so if you guys remember from my last video against My Name is Zwag, again, the damage calculator didn't work in my favor. It didn't work at all. It lied to me about percentages, and so I just didn't like the way that felt. Same thing with this Eagle match. I didn't like the way this one felt, and it led me to think that I want to take a break from Advanced Wars. And so, you know, I just felt like this is the time. This is the time to do it. And I decided that, hey, I wanted to draw most of my matches. You can see this one drew as well. And I offered to draw with other people as well, but they decided not to. Finished a couple more off. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I offered to draw the Eagle, and he didn't even respond to me. Just totally ignored me, and I was like, I kind of got mad at that. I was like, what the hell, man? Could have at least acknowledged it, but whatever. It's his option. So I finished him off hard. I'm glad I got that super off. I wanted to crush him for that, so that was awesome. But yeah, that match definitely solidified my feelings that I definitely want to take a break from Advanced Wars. I'm getting sick of the damage calculator not working to the way it should, and showing, like, definitely showing what could happen. Because when I'm using the move planner, it just doesn't work out, and I feel like it's just everything's against me, and I don't like that. I don't like leaving things up to 100% luck. And again, I did win the match with Zwag, you know, my Sasha versus Hawk match. I did win. I made a good comeback. But again, it's another one of those matches amongst, you know, many matches throughout my Advanced Wars by Web career that I felt like I'm being cheated out. My luck is shit, and it's not just in Advanced Wars, but everything in my life, I have worse luck than anyone else. So this was one of those matches, the Eagle Mirror matchup, that okay, I'm done. I want to take a break, and you know, I want to step back. So I just want to let you guys know what's happening. You probably won't be seeing any Advanced Wars matches for a good while, probably at least a couple months, maybe. I'm not sure how long I'm going to break from Advanced Wars, but I just felt like this is a good time to take a break. Definitely get away from the game, clear my head. Maybe there's going to be changes, I'm not sure. Obviously the game's been out, or this website's been out for a long time. In fact, it's been out since I was in high school, and I didn't even know about it. So I'm hoping that things will change, you know, for the better, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to clear my mind, come back a better person, and, you know, not complain as much, and have more fun with it. So, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, I'm just trying to finish all my matches. I only have one left. Person's not even responding yet, but it probably ends up in a draw. If not, I'll just, you know, I'm winning, so I probably will finish them off. But yeah, so this will be the last video for a while as far as Advanced Wars is concerned. I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos. If not, let me know. And, you know, be sure to follow me for other content as well. Just because I'm done with Advanced Wars doesn't mean I'm done, you know, making videos on other stuff. But it is time to take a break from it. And just to throw it out there as well, I did enter my first tournament, the A Mariner Cup. I think it was the third one. I can't remember. In any case, I lost. I figure the videos aren't really worth putting out, so I didn't decide to put them. I decided not to put them out. First round, I played against a person who thought Drake battlecopters were amazing, and it's just a fun meme. So it wasn't an easy match. It was definitely my more difficult match of the tournament. So I wanted to maybe put that one out. That was the first match that I wanted to do, but I didn't want to put out just the one and then wait, and so I didn't put out any at all. And so that one was really, really fun, and I did win. But then the second match, my opponent quit after a few days. Third match, I got destroyed because I just made so many mistakes, and I also raged about it a little bit just because the guy used the typical max, and everyone practically, I think like 80% of the players use max on that map because he's the obvious choice, and I just felt like that was just ridiculous. I mean, I know it's a tournament, but again, I don't want to be part of the norm, so I didn't choose max, and I got my ass whooped. Granted, I made a lot of mistakes in that match anyway, so I just felt like those weren't worth posting. So if you guys wanted to see it, I do apologize, but yeah, I just felt like it's not worth my time. So as my first tournament experience, it was okay, but at the same time, I didn't get the experienced players that I thought I would be getting in the first two matches, and so I didn't really have fun with it. So that just contributes to why I'm also going to be leaving, just because things just aren't, things just aren't the way I like things to be, and I just think I need to clear my head and take a break. So in any case, I'm going to end it here. So I just wanted to update you guys on what's happening. But yeah, everything else on the channel is still going to proceed as normal. But for now, this is going to be it for Advance Wars. Yeah, who knows when I'll be back. Probably in a couple months, maybe. I'm not sure. But if I do come back sooner, great. If not, I honestly think I need the longer break anyway. So we'll see. I got other stuff to be taken care of anyways. Kings Hockey is coming back. And we got Halo to finish this year as well. Yeah, I got other content coming as well, so we'll see what happens. But if you guys like this video, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys think. Let me know any thoughts about what I'm talking about here, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for other content. Again, it's my last Advance Wars match for a while, so don't stay tuned for Advance Wars, but stay tuned for any other content. So thank you for watching, have a great day, and I hope you guys have a good one. See you in the next video, whatever it is I post, and stay tuned for any other content. Again, a couple months break will probably do me good. Alright, bye guys.